everybody, Ramey here, and today I want to talk about the new Disney Plus service that was just released. All right, so I know people have been looking forward to this, and seeing all kinds of posts on Facebook, so much misinformation and people talking about how great or how they don't like it. Most people talking about how awesome this service is, but I want to review it. I'm pretty objective when I review this stuff. So I'm going to talk about some of the good and bad things that I've noticed with the Disney Plus service. Okay, so first of all, Disney Plus service, it's $6.99 a month, or you can get it with ESPN and Hulu for $12.99 a month, but $6.99 a month, so that's 80 some dollars a year for the Disney Plus service. Additionally, if you are a Verizon wireless customer and you have a Verizon Fios or Verizon Unlimited Data, which I do have the unlimited data, you get Disney Plus for free for 12 months, which means I get a year for free. So that's pretty cool. So I was able to sign up yesterday for free, super easy to do. I went on the Verizon's website, signed up. Took me less than 5 minutes. I'm in Disney Plus. All right, so here it is. So you get in Disney Plus, and it works on your Roku, Amazon Stick, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to be able to get it, and it works on your phone, tablet, PC, where Netflix works. This is going to work. So let's talk about it. Let's talk a little bit how it compares to some of those other services, who it's for, and what it is. So first of all, you can see my screen right here. You see it in the background. They've got you can choose Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic. So you can see some of your options and stuff. And then they have some of the, very Netflix or Hulu, scrolling, seeing some of the cool stuff. Okay, but you have home, which is where we are. You have search, which obviously you can search for stuff. You have a watch list, which mine is empty so far, but I'm going to put a bunch of stuff here for my kids. So if you don't know, I have a 4, 6, and 9-year-old. So I have kids who are going to love this stuff. So we're going to have a huge watch list probably. Then you have originals, which is kind of strange because isn't every single thing on here Disney original pretty much. So that's a little confusing. I'm not quite sure what that means. But they have an original section, so they do have that. And it's not very big. There's only 12 things here or something like that. So originals is pretty small. I guess it's Disney Plus originals, things that are only on Disney Plus, I guess, maybe. Not quite sure about that one. But anyway, they have it. And I'm assuming more will come because this is just, the beginning. Okay, so movies. Movies is pretty awesome, I have to admit. I was a little skeptical about what the movies is going to be like. But they have tons and tons they have hundreds of movies here. Anything you could think of Disney. I doubt this is all of them, but they have tons of them. I'm pretty impressed. There's really stuff for everybody here. Now, one of the things I will say is that it all is pretty PG. Maybe there's some PG-13 stuff here, but everything, if your kids were watching it and you were home alone, your kids had the remote control and you weren't paying attention to what they were doing, there's nothing really terrible they're going to watch on here. It's kind of when you select Netflix Kids or something. Most things are pretty PG and pretty good for them. And so here's the cool thing. They have every single Disney movie, like Cars and Lion King and all that, Aladdin and Finding Dory and all that stuff, which is neat. Here's the thing. I have a 9-year-old, which means we've been buying these movies since he was 3 or 4. So we own, we have Cars, we have The Lion King, we have pretty much all these Disney movies. We probably buy 3 to 4 movies a year. So that's 6 years of since he was 3, now he's 9. That's 6 years of buying movies. We probably have 18 to 23 different movies, and most of them are all these Disney ones, like Coco and Monsters University and stuff. And a lot of times we bought the DVD and digital version, so we have the digital version already. So while it's cool to see it here, I think parents that have older kids are going to kind of be we own most of these already. But it's still nice, especially if you have a young kid and you haven't bought it, you're going to have them all right here, which is nice. They have Big Hero 6 and Tron. They have the original Tron, that's one of the ones I'm super excited about. But it's cool, they also have the Star Wars movies. But one of the things I will say is that, and this is featured, I'll go to all movies here. You can select by what you're interested in, but I'm going to go to all movies. One of the things that I will say is that I've pretty much seen all the movies that are here, and they're all classics, which is beautiful to have them all. But I guess my big question is, after the initial, hey, it's cool to have all these movies, am I really going to watch them? Because I've seen them all before. So am I going to sit down and watch them? I think it's a question people need to ask themselves. Because I think when they see the movie list right away, they're like, this is awesome. But in 6 months from now, how many of these will they have went back and really watched? I think that'll be the big question. It's something I'm curious to see what people do. Now, I have little kids, so I think that it's going to be very easy for me and my wife. Like we do on Friday nights, we do pizza, I think kind of family night. I think it's going to be really easy for a lot of the weeks to just say, hey, let's see what's on the Disney Channel, watch one of the, like, pick the new Beauty and the Beast or something, whatever. They haven't seen Avatar yet, like stuff like that. And they have like old classics like Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, stuff that I had when I was a kid, which is pretty cool. So that's all like really neat and stuff. So I think that that's what it's going to come down to, is how much are your kids really going to watch these movies? Like, if they don't, like, Frozen's on here, but like we've owned Frozen for 3 years, so we still have it. So like we don't need this service to have Frozen. So I guess that's one of like the big things. And one of the next questions I kind of have for Disney is what's going to happen when, like, so Frozen 2 is coming out in the theaters. When Frozen 2 comes out, when's it going to come out on this service? Is it going to come out before it comes out on DVD? Are they going to like release it on DVD for like 3 months and then come to Disney Plus? Because then, all the parents are going to go buy the DVD ones. They have it for their car, and they, the DVDs now all come with digital copies. So you get the digital version, and that connects to like your Amazon and everything else. So it's like, what's going to really happen there? So I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. Hopefully it does just come to Disney Plus, and that'll kind of ease some of my concerns a little bit, because I think just in that regard, Disney comes out with so many movies that it's like paying for 3 to 4 movies a year, the service. And if they're coming right to this as they do DVD, that makes the service worth it right there, because we're going to watch all those with my kids. So, it's kind of cool. It's nice. And they do have a lot of older movies for like, Flight of the Navigator. Like when I was a kid, that was a cool movie. For like the adult who wants to watch something, but like, I will say that this is really, really, these movies are really, really, really geared towards like kid family. So like as an adult, me and my wife, we watch shows alone at night, like either a show or a movie for at least like 45 minutes to an hour each night to spend some time together. And I think like, are we going to ever go to Disney Plus for movies? And probably the answer is no. I think Hulu, Netflix kind of have us covered. We're looking for like new movies, like things we haven't seen, new shows, maybe around the holidays. Like there are some cool Christmas stuff like Santa Claus, Home Alone, but again, we own those. But I think for other people that's kind of cool. But then again, I feel like those have always been like on demand and kind of for free around the holidays, but it's still cool. Okay, but movies, I honestly was really impressed with the movies. I thought it was really cool. They did a really good job having a great selection of them. Okay, so then we get to series. And this is where I was a little not very impressed whatsoever, actually. First of all, as I said, they had hundreds of movies. I can scroll down the series. That's it. Let's get to the end. There we go. So they probably have like 100 series, which, I mean, it is a lot of series, but here's the question. I scroll down, there's probably like 100 there. I'm just ballpark eyeballing, guessing. But I guess my big question is, first of all, a lot of these are old, which is actually cool for me because like they have the original Avengers and they have like the original DuckTales, and they have one of the coolest ones in my opinion is, where is it? Like the Amazing Spider-Man and Friends, and they have like Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, they have the X-Men, Silver Surfer, like some of the cool stuff that I watched when I was a kid that I think like the X-Men cartoon, like that's awesome. I can watch that with my kids. And a bunch of these are kids shows that like I haven't really heard of. I mean, I've heard of like Mickey Mouse Club, but like that's like hardcore kids. And like Disney Jonas, I guess, is popular among, that's like middle school age. Disney Jessie, like my kids will like these, but like I don't see anything here from me, and I don't see any like shows that me and my wife are going to want to watch on like a Saturday night. And I don't see a lot of shows here, so I'm wondering, like, one of the draws of Netflix and Hulu is that they are releasing new content consistently. It's not the old stuff I care about. I've seen all the old stuff. What I do care about more, I mean, the old stuff is nice when you just want to have something on, but it's the new stuff that I care about, that we look forward to, like the new whatever show it's going to be. Like, whatever show you happen to be watching at the time or the new movie. Like, I want to see that stuff. So I think that in order for Disney to hold me, they really, really, really are going to need to have some of that new stuff. Now, if their service is really only geared towards kids and families, they need to have new kids and family content, which I think they will. I think they're going to release movies, but shows, I'm not sure about. I think there's just not as many. And a lot of these were so old, like Chip and Dale. Like, that's me in 4th and 5th grade. Like, cool show. Be cool to show my kids, but like, we're talking like a lot of old ones here. I want to see like where's the new content. So I think one of the things I'm going to look for is where is that new content. The service is brand new, but I think that's where Disney's really going to step it up, because what I'm really curious to see is, where is this service in 12 months? How many more shows are we going to see here? Is there going to be a bunch of new shows that I'm like, hey, we have to have this service because this show's coming out? Kind of like how I'm like, hey, Stranger Things is coming, we have to have Netflix. Or when Game of Thrones it ended, but when it wasn't, it was like, I have to have HBO because like, what is the Disney content that's going to make me say, hey, they have this, I have to have it? Thank you.